having lighting issues. Hey everyone, it's Monday, November 3rd, and it's the return of Mickey Monday for the weekend chit chat. I know it doesn't make sense, but work with me here. What's in my cup? I am drinking organic Saigon chai tea. You can't see that. It is my newest favorite from d.d.o. I love it. It's black tea. It's yummy. All right, I'll try to make this concise. I have filmed this vlog yesterday, Sunday, and the filming went fine, I thought. I had my contact lenses in my eyes and I thought I was seeing properly in the monitor. When I went to edit the video, half of my face was black, in the black, not my face literally, but that sounds crazy. I looked like a bad superhero. So I decided to refilm this. Unfortunately, I'm filming at night because I have had to film for the store. So that is why I'm having lighting issues. Not that had I filmed this during the day would it have mattered, because I do realize that I have a bigger issue than I thought I did. But we're not going to talk about that now. I will talk about lighting when I do my studio tour. Alright, so what really happened to me in the past few months? I became the owner of this place in July and my move-in date was August. And the date was moved a little bit, but finally I settled for the end of August. Now everything would have gone according to plan had the builder, excuse me, let's mute this. Had the builder not made major mistakes, and by mistakes I mean the ceiling and the floor, which are quite important components in a home. The ceiling was supposed to be exposed concrete. I wanted the industrial chic look, and they put stucco on my ceilings, and I absolutely hate stucco. It's not practical, you can't really paint it. And I really don't like the look of stucco. They couldn't put it back to concrete, so they did what they call glazing. So they scraped the stucco, added another coat of plaster, sanded it down, and made it flat, like nice and smooth. While they were doing that, this was just before the construction holidays. Here in Quebec, we have 2 weeks that anybody who's involved in constructions cannot work. They are off, they are on vacation, and they actually get a fine if they work. So that was 2 days prior to the holidays. So the guys were pretty upset when they were told that they had to scrape the stucco. So they ended up scraping what they call popcorn, which is the little granules, and so they scraped that and it fell on the floor, on my brand new wood floors, which are dark, and then they stepped all over that. So my floors look like the road map to China, so they had to redo the floor as well. So all this to say that it delayed in a big way the move-in date. So the time that I had planned to build a studio in the small bedroom, it was gone. It was gone. And even the day that I moved in, they were still working on the place. But I find that happens to me quite often. The mistakes that either happen to me or that I make turn into a good thing in the end, because had I spent my energy building the studio in the small room, buying furniture, because I knew I needed to buy furniture to build that studio, it wouldn't have worked because the room is too small. It's way too small for what I wanted to do in the room. I had set up a counter height table to film in the small bedroom. I also had put in some IKEA shelves, and I turned the closet into kind of like a mini die cutting center, and that's where all my stamp pads are housed and my stamp sets and extra storage. So that's still in place. I'm not going to touch that, but that room is going to be a TV room / reading room. What ended up happening is I turned my living room into my studio, and I'm very happy with that. There is a lighting issue which I will fix, because I will work really hard at trying to find a solution, because this space is great. It's bigger. I have a big wall to my right of windows from floor to ceiling, and I have high ceilings, so there is good light coming in. The only problem with the lighting is because this, to the right of me, there's a patio door, so of course there's a balcony. The person above me also has a balcony, so that blocks a bit of the light because we have very deep balconies. So that is a lighting issue. It's not as direct as in the small bedroom, but like I said, I will work hard to find a solution. What I ended up doing here is set up storage behind me and in front of me, and right now I am sitting on a stool at my working tables. And my working tables, you'll see in my studio tour, they are IKEA kitchen islands, and the top are wood blocks. It's like you know, a chopping wood block. I think that's what it's called. Anyways, it's solid wood. So I did everything myself, except when I needed someone to overturn the islands, because that was too big for me and we needed to be 2 people. But I put together all of these by myself, and I'm quite proud of it. So women power, yay! So that is it in a nutshell. And then I had to keep on working in between that while setting up. And so I went from temporary setup to temporary setup to temporary setup to finally the final version. So I'm very happy with that. All this to say that I did not have time to film. I had a ton of boxes. I had close to 60 boxes just for this, the studio. And that is after I trimmed down. And I have trimmed down considerably. I think I did like 2 or 3 purging sessions. I gave a lot of stuff away to people that I knew. And it felt great. It really did. So right now I have like the bare minimum, but my bare minimum may seem like a lot to a lot of you. That's because I've been in this business for a while. So I have accumulated a lot of stuff, but the stuff that I'm keeping is the stuff that I know I'm going to be using. So that's it. Now, on to the portion of the postcards, which I happen to like a lot. This is probably my favorite time, is when I come home with a loot of postcards and I just look at them because it makes me happy. So today I have 1, 2, 3, I have 5 postcards to show you. The first one is from, hang on, let me just move from closest to furthest. How's that? Little theme. Okay, so I will do the one that has no return address. That's very unfortunate. Well, it is from the US, but it's handmade. Whoops, hold on. Let me just zoom in so you can see it better. This is from Queen Pam. Queen Pam, send me your address so I can send you a postcard in return. But look how gorgeous this is. She doodled. Hi CeeCee, I bet you can guess whose class I am taking. Thanks for leading me to Kathy. I enjoy your videos so much. The Kathy she's referring to is my friend Kathy Bluto, who's a Montreal artist. She does gorgeous stuff. Thank you, Pam. Love, love, love. Oh, she's got her own personalized stamp. Look at this. The next one is from Fargo. I think it's North Dakota, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, North Dakota. Okay, this one is actually a printout of a photo, but let me explain. This is from Rita, who is Soul Comfort on YouTube. Hi CeeCee, since I'm basically housebound, I've had no opportunity to search for a postcard, and I had to resort to makeshift creativity and a bit of thievery. Oh, I hope you're okay. I have lived here in Fargo for 9 years, but don't let that fool you. I am a pure Minnesotan, born and raised. Love your videos. Yours are one of the few I never want to miss and never skip through. You are a shiny soul, dear one. Have a wonderful July. See, this is how late I am. Oh, that is so sweet. Thank you so much, Rita. And the picture is, it's a theater. It's the Fargo Theater on Broadway, and it was built in 1926 and still going, she says. How awesome. I love the color of this photo. It's beautiful. Love the bright lights. Reminds me of Las Vegas, of course. All right, thank you so much, Rita. Whoa, I'm sorry for the for the close-up. Not too flattering. Okay, the next one is from Switzerland. Yes, Switzerland. How cool is that? And it is from Iris. Dear CeeCee, I like your vlog on YouTube very much. It's so inspiring. I am Swiss German speaking and live here in Aran, a cozy little town in the middle of Europe. On the picture you see the old town. The houses were built in Middle Age in the 17th and 18th century. How cool. I am a storyteller, but colors, paint, and to be creative is so important for me. I love it. Liebe Grüße. I'm sorry, I don't speak German. Thank you so much, Iris. Oh, I love the old feel of that village. It's absolutely gorgeous. One day I'll get to visit Europe. This one is from the Ukraine. I remember because I kind of zoned in on the buildings and the gray tones. Love that. And this one is from Oksana. Greetings from Ukraine. This card is showing you a city in Western Ukraine, Lviv, L-V-I-V. I'm probably not pronouncing this correctly and I do apologize. Maybe I should show it to you like this. I can't read though. Hold on, let me read. It's my favorite city since childhood. I dreamt to live there but didn't manage to do it. It's very old, European, full of history, humor, literature, and music, worth visiting. Awesome. Thank you very much for your YouTube channel. It's pushing me in the direction I would love to move to. Awesome. Just do it. That's all you got to do, Oksana. Love your postcard. Thank you so much. Isn't this great? This one is from Australia, so this is, to me, the furthest. And it is from Sasha. Hi CeeCee, greetings from sunny Queensland, Australia. I found your YouTube channel last year and have hardly missed a video since. I love you and I love your artwork, sorry. I love your artwork and I love that you share it with the world. You also introduced me to Donna Downey, which I can't thank you enough for. Thanks for inspiring me and making me laugh during your intros. Warm regards, Sasha. And this is a postcard from the Great Barrier Reef in Australia. I have friends that who have a daughter who's a marine biologist, and she now lives in Australia. Actually, she's about to give birth to a baby, and she had the pleasure of working at the Great Barrier Reef. I bet it was awesome. That was it for the postcards. Now, the postcards, I am going to put them in an album as originally intended, but I think I'm going to rig something behind me, especially when I have the proper lighting, so that I can show, so that they are in the background when I talk to you. So I will always post the previous batch when I show you the new batch or whenever I do my vlog. So if you sent me a postcard, then you get the pleasure of looking at it again in my home. Okay, what else? Next, I wanted to show you just little projects that I managed to squeeze in between my putting away the studio and working. These are projects that were either too short, didn't quite make the cut for a full tutorial or a show and tell, or not a show and tell, but a start to finish, or just, you know, basically I didn't turn on the camera or I didn't have enough time. And this is what I'm going to show you in my vlogs, in my weekend chit-chat vlogs, whatever you want to call it. I still don't know how to call it, but I want to give it a name because I think it's fine. I have creative power here. So A few weeks ago, my friend Sophie was over here. We had a play date and she was working on her beautiful felt bracelets. She makes hand-stitched felt bracelets. And I will have more play date. That's another thing that I'm going to feature in the weekend vlogs. I'm planning on having weekend dates with local artists, like friends of mine who are into this stuff, and I will film and it will be fun. So I will show it to you. Because it's always fun to see what other people, even though you watch my videos, it's always fun to see other people's stuff. I truly believe in sharing and helping each other out, and what better way than just to invite people and be together and just get creative. That is awesome, and that is also helping me become more creative, and plus it's fun and I can do it. Okay, I have room for 4 people on my island, which is awesome. The first one, okay, let me backtrack. When I had surgery in 2011, I believe, I was bored. I could not really move a lot for a few days and I was really going out of my mind. So I grabbed a whole bunch of, you know, the pages that you get in Somerset Studio magazine. They're pages by artists and they're for you to use. Well, I took all these pages that I had picked up, you know, during the past years. I had a few. I used to buy a lot of magazines when I had more money. And I cut those up in half and I bound them together, and that is what I use for my junk journal. So this was started in 2011. It is not in chronological order. I work in it as, you know, whenever I want to. I don't do it daily, obviously, because I would have run out of space. But it's just some random thoughts. Most of them are personal, so I can't really show them to you. But some pages are just for the fun of arting. I try to keep the layers at a minimum. There's not a lot of texture in there because, you know, I really wanted to be able to write on every pages. But was it last week? I think it was last week. I tried to do a cover and it was a major fail. I think it's a major fail. I like the back. I'll show you the back first. So this is the back, and I used some of Patty Parrish's stamps that coordinate with her wonderful stencils. I love her stamps too, but I wanted something colorful, and I took a few of her stamps and I just, you know, made overlays, and I have paper stuck under there. Then I collage polished everything, added paint, and also added some stamps. Now, don't freak out, this is the cover. It's funny because it says junk journal and I think the cover looks like junk. It truly does to me. I did a masking technique for the title where it says it's my first junk journal. It didn't quite work out the way I had planned because I think the background that I have underneath the letters is kind of the same as the foreground, so the letters didn't really pop, and I went around them with a black marker and yada 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 and added too many stamps, but it is what it is. It's whatever, right? It still makes me happy, the fact that I was able to do it, and the fact that I now have a cover, because this book for the past 3 years had a like a chipboard cover, but not really something pretty to look at. It was just like a raw piece of chipboard. So now I have something on it, right? Right. All right. And I made, so while Sophie was here, the whole purpose of me talking about the play dates was to introduce this page, and I completely forgot. So while Sophie was here, I thought, well, let me do something. So I grabbed my junk journal, and this paper here that you see in the back was a piece of watercolor paper that I had used to spray some Dilutions ink sprays, and I didn't know what to do with it. But this little guy here, of course, spoke to me as being a green tree. So I went around it with a black pen, and then I started making tinier trees, and that did not work out. So I had leftover piece of that same paper, and I kind of cut them out in strips, and I made, surprise, surprise, buildings, because I like buildings. And then I went around, I dropped some white trails, marks, whatever. I did some mark making, I guess with a white gel pen. I'm not sure if it's gel pen or India ink. No, it's paint. It's paint, and to me it looks like a meteor shower. So I don't know what that is. It's just a city with a big tree and, you know, buildings. But I like it. I love the colors. It's fun. It's fun. And then last night when I was getting upset at the fact that my weekend chit chat vlog did not work to my liking and I had to redo it, I thought, well, let me turn that anger into decorating the next few pages that I'm going to be using. So these are it. I love circles, as you can tell. And this kind of arting was greatly inspired by Robin Marie Smith, who is one of the documented life artists or creator of the Documented Life Project, which I'm joining for 2015. And there's a whole bunch of us, and us I mean like people that are close to me that are joining, so it's going to be a whole whack of fun. I can't wait to get started. So of course this is my next journal pages. There's nothing written on it. I'm planning on finishing that junk journal by the end of this year so that I can put one together for the Documented Life. And I will put the link to that wonderful project in this video because I think it's a great thing. And you'll have to read the description to find out what it is, because I'm not good at explaining stuff, but it's basically just taking a week at a glance on 2 pages. It's kind of like a planner style project and just arting and then writing. That's going to be fun. All right. I'm just about done. The last thing I want to talk to you about is the new format going forward. So during the week I'm going to have tutorials, and from start to finish it'll be strictly about art. I will not be chit-chatting like I am right now. Those chit-chats will happen on weekends. So that way there's a bit for everybody. Not everybody wants to hear me rambling for 20-30 minutes. I totally get that. I understand that. That way, the people that only want the art related projects, they can still watch my videos. And if you like these vlogs, then you can watch me on the weekend, and the other people can wait until the next week to get to see the projects that I'm going to be filming. And so the play dates with my friends will also go up on the weekend. So that's about it. That's about it. So I'm going to go to my makeshift table now and start editing this video and the stores video, and then I will call it a day. And oh wait, before I forget, or before I go, I was gonna forget. Thank you so much, by the way, for your lovely comments. And I read all of my comments, and I may not reply to say thank you, but I will thank you in front of the camera right now. But if you have a question in your comment, because I like to answer all the questions, if you do have a question, make sure that I can actually reply to you, because I have received a comment back in, I think it was end of September, and I tried any which way to reply to this person, and it did not work. And unfortunately, of course, I deleted the message before I realized that I could have kept the question and answered here in this vlog, but I did not. So I do apologize. But if you have a question, just make sure that I can reply to you. I think it must be a setting either in your Google Plus or your YouTube channel. So just be aware of that, because I'd love to answer your questions. I'm gonna go now. That's it. That's it for today. I hope that you've enjoyed this new format, and I do apologize again for the lighting, and please pray for me so that I find a good solution, and you will get more information about that when I do my studio tour, which is going to happen this week. I'm going to film my new setup. You'll be able to see what I'm looking for in terms of lighting. So also if you have any suggestions, you'll be able to send them to me. So that's it. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you for your comments. Please leave them below, and I will see you later. Bye.